Hey, stars, it's me, Shar Star, and I wanted to be one of the first to wish you a happy new year. We are now in New Year's Eve 2024, and this will be my last video for 2024. And yeah, that's me. See, I told you about the lips, right? They not dry. Trust what I tell you. But anyway, like I told you before, I'm trying different backgrounds, trying to see what you guys like. And why not try myself for the new year? You know? So, first off, um, I appreciate the support that I've received from you guys for the past 3 months. You guys know that I started this channel 3 months ago, testing and trying, and I am so overjoyed and overwhelmed with the reception I've received. Um, like I said, don't look at the subscribers because then you say, well, he only has 140 something people subscribe, but I get over 4,000 views of people watching my videos. So that means a lot to me. Again, this is not a money grab. This is not about getting as many followers as I need to. This is about doing something new, something that I've been wanting to do. And here I am. So, first story of last video of 2024 is an update of the doctor story I did about maybe about a week or so ago, about the doctor that was diagnosing people with cancer to find out some of his patients, as long as 9 years or 11 years, were going through chemotherapy, and only to find out that they did not have cancer at all. And we were wondering, why would this man do this? Why would he diagnose all these people with cancer and immediately put them on chemotherapy and have them on chemotherapy up until 11 years? I remember one of the patients passed away because behind the chemotherapy, their kidneys fell. So they were on dialysis and chemotherapy, all because of this doctor. Okay, so Dr. Farid Fatah, who's 50 years old, has now he's been convicted to 45 years in prison. Now, I understand that he's 50 and they're giving him 45 years, which would make him 95 years. I get that. And more than likely, he won't live to that. But I actually feel for what he did and the lives that he's ruined and altered, he should have gotten life without the possibility of parole. So therefore, that's where he's at, period. Okay? Giving him 45 years where he could do possibly 20 years and get out for good behavior, which people are living to 70. So that's not fair. Give him life. That's just my opinion, without a chance of parole for what his crimes would. That would be the right punishment, if not death. But since that's not on the table and that wasn't what it was, give him life without the possibility of parole. But again, that's just me. I told you guys I try to do updates as much as I can. And here it is. Okay, so our next story is about a Bowie police officer outside of Washington that I would say fired at an unarmed pedestrian. Now, this is how the story goes. A young man was driving on the highway. Apparently, I don't know if she was a family member or what, but apparently she knew him. But she's driving, he's in the car. Apparently the window's open and his hat flies out the window. She pulls over, he gets out the car on the highway. Now, of course, we understand that's not a great thing to do, but again, he did it. He got out on the highway, she's pulled over to the shoulder, he go and retrieves his hat. Before he can get back to the car after retrieving his hat, a police cruiser pulled up. And the video shows, which I'm not going to even try to show you the video because my internet, but you know what, I may try. But anyway, a cruiser pulls up. The officer, as you can see on the car cam, that he gets out the car as the young guy is crossing the barrier of the highway to get back to the car he was at. He asks the young man, "Are you here to help her?" And he says, "No, she's taking me to the hospital." And as he continues to walk to the car with his back turned to get into the passenger door, the police officer just draws his gun and shoots at the guy. We're thinking in the video that he gets shot in the back because he falls immediately, but he doesn't know if he's shot or not. And the woman jumps out and she's like, "What did you do? What did you do? What did you do?" And the officer, when he realized, he just started screaming like he had a nervous breakdown. "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." So clearly, mentally unstable for that job, for that position, for you to break down in that manner. So um, he's been indicted. The police officer has been indicted for firing. What happened was a bullet hit the car and a bullet hit a passing car, but no one was hurt. But this is who they have out on the roads protecting us. Now, let's see if I can show you a little bit. If not, we're going to move on, but I'm going to do my best to give you the complete story. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Let's see. What in the world? Nothing's happening. Okay, so the video, you can see it, is all online. The police cam has been released, of course, and that's that. He's been indicted, so let's see if anything happens to him. They'll find a way to get him off one way or another. But let's see if he does any jail time or what really happens to him. Okay. Also, did you guys know the woman that plays Wonder Woman? Her name is Gal Gadot. I think she's a real Israeli or something. I'm not sure, but I think so, allegedly. Well, I find this interesting because she's such a big figure and she's been killing the role of Wonder Woman in the past few movies, right? Beautiful. Well, did you know that she was 8 months pregnant when she was diagnosed with a massive blood clot on her brain? 8 months old. So she said that she states that she had a headache for days and days, and it got to the point where she couldn't even get out of bed. So she went and received an MRI. Now, I don't know if pregnant women can receive MRIs because of the radiation, not sure. But however, that's what she did. And she states that she was diagnosed with a massive blood clot on her brain. So she had surgery and gave birth to her baby pretty much back to back. Her and the baby are fine. This actually happened earlier in the year. That's why I was so surprised that we didn't hear anything about it, her being such a massive star. But what I did find out was that she hid her pregnancy from everyone, her managers, the movie production companies. She said that this was her fourth child by her husband, and she wanted it to be a secret. So she went through the whole thing in secrecy. So I don't know when they found out. Maybe they just found out not long ago. Who knows? But that's the story. I thought it was interesting that a woman that is 8 months pregnant at that point is diagnosed with a massive blood clot on her brain and had to be removed. That has to be scary, scary, scary. But her woman and mother and baby are fine. Again, this happened earlier in the year. I just found out about it. But again, it is what it is. Did y'all guys know that Amazon donated $1 million to President-elect Trump's inauguration fund? $1 million for the party, the inauguration party and festivities they're going to celebrate on the 20th of January in another 3 weeks. Did you know that Amazon donated $1 million and Meta also donated $1 million? Now, I say this is, we get all up in arms because I am one of them. I stopped going to Walmart. I haven't been to Walmart in such a long time. But what I will say is it hurts me. It's certain things that I love from Walmart, and it is what it is, but I'm not going. But you know what I thought about also? I said, how Amazon, we could we blackball them and not deal with them as the way that we did Walmart? I don't know. But like I said, just to let you know where your money's going, hell, my money is going. I order from Amazon in this household, something is pretty much ordered every single day almost. So yeah, so they contributed $1 million to Trump's inauguration fund, and so did Meta. So just wanted to let you know where your money is really going and what these corporations are really saying to us. With the president-elect coming into office in a few weeks, We're going to get a whole lot of this, and it's going to be straight in our face, and we're not going to have a choice, pretty much, or do we? Because see, we have the buying power, and until we realize that we actually really do have the buying power, they're going to get away with any and everything. So I just want to let you guys know again, I want my people to be informed. I want you to be intentional. And you have to know better to do better, period. Okay. Also, did you guys know that Saks Fifth Avenue have now merged with Neiman Marcus? So, okay, so this is what's happening. Well, it's done already. Actually, the merge is done. It was done on last Monday. And little do we know is that Saks Global has officially completed the deal to acquire Neiman Marcus for a total enterprise value of $2.7 billion. The acquisition unites Neiman Marcus, Bergdorf Goodman, Saks Fifth Avenue, and Saks Off Fifth under one Saks Global umbrella. Okay, so what I realized and I'm a shopper, so I'm familiar with these stores, of course, and I remember growing up, we had, well, I'm not going to go back as far as you think I am, but I'm going to go Abraham and Strauss, A&S. You had A&S, you had Macy's, you had Bloomingdale's, you had Saks, you had Lord & Taylor, you had Neiman Marcus, you had Bergdorf Goodman, Bloomingdale's, on and on and on. Whatever that was there. Some last, some made it, some didn't. Okay. But what I'm saying is, like, for instance, we call ourselves as people. This has nothing to do with race. But as human beings, we don't like something that a company is doing and we blackball them or whatever it is we do. We stop dealing with them and stop giving them our money. But the thing that we have to take into consideration, and this is just allegedly and hypothetically from me, if we decide to not deal with Balenciaga, because they made some racial comments and such and such and such, and they don't like us, they don't want us in their clothes, like I've heard rumors about Timberland and different things down through the years. Okay, fine. But when you decide, just again, this is allegedly, when you decide not to, you say, oh, I'm not going to buy from D&G, but I'm going to buy from Gucci. I'm not going to buy from Balenciaga, but I'm going to buy from YSL. Guess what? The majority of these companies are owned under one umbrella. So when you stop shopping at Balenciaga, but yet you continue to shop at Gucci, they're still getting your money. They're beginning to be owned under one umbrella. One corporation owns these places. So when you stop on one, you're still giving it to. So I just wanted to let you guys know, y'all get so caught up on, we're going to stand tall and not, push their product or buy their product. Well, guess what? You don't buy theirs and you go, I'm going to Gucci. Guess what? It's the same owners, it's the same people. We're lining the same pockets. And I just thought that was very interesting that now Saks and even Marcus, Bergdorf Goodman's, Saks Fifth Avenue, Saks Off Fifth, all of these are now owned under one corporation, one umbrella. So I thought the more you know, the further you can go. I want my people to be informed. And, I try to bring you stories from all over the world, not just New York, New Jersey, or just in the United States. And if they're interesting to me, I want to bring them to you and see what you think about it. Okay, so getting to this. 400 passengers aboard a high-speed train survived near miss after driver jumped from cab on Christmas Eve. Okay? Now, picture it. They have these bullet trains, these really fast trains in France. They get you from one place to another within an hour, whatever. Okay, so that's why I tell you guys also mental illness. It's nice to be nice, but I'm going to tell you what happened is 400 passengers are on a high-speeding train. It's going to its destination. And on that particular day, which is Christmas Day, the conductor, the motorman, whatever they call them over there that has control over the train, decides that he wants to unalive himself. And it's nerve-wracking. It's scary because if you think of it, well, he jumped out of his cab, the front of the truck. He jumped out. So the train was going full speed ahead with 400 passengers on there. So, we all take our lives and put our lives in someone else's hands all the time, as far as flying planes, riding trains, riding buses, anything that we don't have control over. And when we have control, we don't have control. Okay? Shimon Shunda. God was speaking in tongues on that one. But nevertheless, when you put your life in someone else's hands, meaning a pilot, a driver, whatever it is, you never know what that person is going through at that moment. And if they decide on that day that they want to unalive themselves, and guess what? Take you with them. It can happen on a city bus where the driver just snaps and decides to drive the bus into the ocean or the river. It can happen on a train, just as we've seen. Well, luckily, these trains have a special computer thing in it where when a train picks up a certain speed, and this train was speeding, because that's what it's made to do, if it doesn't detect someone in the seat and hands on controls to a certain point, I guess after 30 seconds or whatever, the train sends an alert. And if that alert isn't answered by the conductor, motorman, whatever they call that person, the train slows itself down and stops. Thank God for that. So 400 people got to enjoy Christmas or live to see the day after Christmas. How about that? All because this particular motorman was going through whatever he was, and he decided outside of Paris to jump out of the train and let the train just go. So luckily for us and for them, that didn't happen. We just have to, mental illness, again, going into the new year is real. That's why when I used to commute back and forth to New York City, and after taking the same train every day, you see the same people, you almost become friends without saying you guys are friends, because you see them every day and you kind of become protective over them and them over you, I would guess, when you see someone every day. So I would speak to people in the morning. It's nice to be nice. You never know, a kind word or someone, or just a compliment to someone that they look nice today or whatever, can change their whole day, can change their life, because you never know what they're going through at that moment. And your kind words could be what changed their mind from the stupidity. Okay? So again, I used to speak to my motormen and conductors, people on the train, good morning. Let them know. I don't know, because at this point, our lives are in their control. But not only that, it's nice to be nice. Who wants to get on a train or get on a bus or public transportation nasty and grumpy every day? Who wants to do that? So again, I just wanted you guys to be informed, be intentional, and to know, and just have an insight of people and never knowing what people are going through. Okay? Now, my next and my last story of 2024 is, did y'all guys hear about three people shot, one person stabbed at an Arizona airport on Christmas Day? Okay, so this is how the story goes. Well, from what they're telling us. They're not telling us much, but this is what we do know. And you're about to gag, for real, for real. Okay, so apparently 3 people were shot, one person was stabbed at an Arizona at an Arizona airport outside. Apparently they had guns and knives outside of security, right? You get into the airport, and before you go through security, apparently these people had a dispute, and 3 people were shot and one person was stabbed on Christmas Day. But guess what? They were family. It was a family going away on vacation. I don't know what happened to this. Okay. This family decided to go balls to the wall at the airport, where 3 people are shot and one person is stabbed. They all knew each other. They were all from the same family, is what they're reporting at the moment. But they definitely knew each other. But they're stating during a Christmas Day family dispute. So they had a dispute at the airport before they were leaving. I don't know where they were going with the guns and the knives to be able to shoot or stab someone. But listen, I'm going to leave that to them. But I just wanted to let you know, were you aware of that? Like, were you aware that 3 people shot, one person stabbed on Christmas Day at an airport? And I actually didn't hear anything about that. Well, look, guys, again, I want you guys to have a blessed New Year's, and please enjoy tonight, New Year's Eve. Be safe, be aware, be informed, be intentional, pay attention to your surroundings. Around Christmas time and New Year's time, the holidays, people's spirits are really down. The mental illness is real, and sometimes it gets to a boiling point during the holidays. And I want you to be aware of those things. Check on your strong friends. Check on those family members you haven't spoken to or seen. Even if you saw them on Thanksgiving or maybe Christmas, check up on them. All those things I want you guys to subscribe, share, and like my videos. I love what it's doing. I have other things planned for the new year. I'm actually plan to introduce my relationship to you guys, to open myself up more. I want you to know the real Shariz. I want you to get to know me, not just some urban news reporter. I'm joking. But other than that, I want you guys to have a great New Year's. Be safe. And until next year, be safe. I love you guys and be intentional.